Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Nope, Brett, you can't ask her any questions. I know we all miss it, but I'm going to play it anyways. Ready?
Base Wars is coming to Slamology. Come out and see some of the loudest vehicles in the world. It will definitely put a smile on your face. Bring the whole family to Lucas Oil Motor Speedway Park June 8th and the 9th. If you're a competitor, pre-register and choose Base Wars as your interest in the show.
See, that's a very, very sad face for me because Slamology won't be here this year. Don't get me wrong. I have very, very good faith in Denise and and everybody else up there. Obviously, I don't think that it's going anywhere. I don't think that Donnie and all them, after all these years of everything that they've did, is going to let this walk away. So, I mean, I understand that everybody's a little upset and a little irritated that there will not be Slamology this year. But just remember, there's not a Slamology this year for quite a few reasons. We don't get to see everything behind the scenes, but just remember that it's for the better of Slamology, the reason why they're not having the spot where it was anymore. And I don't want to say out of pocket, and I don't want to say any of the private business because it's not my business to share. But I will just say that Johnny he's working hard. They're going to have another Slamology. So I guarantee come next year, they will have it already picked out and ready to rock and roll. So that's why I say with sad heart, because Slamology is the biggest car audio show this year, or ever, and it always has been, it always will be to me. And it kind of, I don't know what to do with myself because I always go to Slam on my birthday. Slamology is my birthday weekend, and that's always been it's been my fun. It's kind of sucks a little bit But
My
sorry,
wife and I were able to attend Slam 2024.
yes, sir.
It was the first time I was ever able to go to a big event like that. I've always wanted to do something like that in my life. And when we were finally able to go, man, it was such a crazy experience.
You know, Slam it's amazing. Seriously, all around from just the. I've got to be kind of like the spectator, the guy that walks around and just sees everybody, listens to everybody, to all the way up to. I've actually been blessed last year or two and actually been in Crossfire's booth. So, I mean, I've worked up from the spectator all the way up to somebody that sits in a booth. So I've seen kind of, both sides of it. And it's amazing. It really, really is amazing to see all the work and love and effort that they all put into it. And he won't take credit for his all by himself because it's not him. It's his amazing team that helps out. And it's really sad. It's kind of really sad. And I know we shouldn't make this show about that. So we're going to stop. Sorry.
If you think about it, the logistics of any show that size, whether it's what we were discussing, just simply the smaller, well, for us, the big shows, but smaller comparatively speaking, like 712 or Made of Steel or High Voltage, as Greg and Cole are just saying on there as well, or Greg and Stacy rather. The logistics of that, just to have a location, not necessarily even getting camping or hotels or letting people know that there's food nearby, that there's other transportation nearby, or simply how to get to your particular location. That all has to be
There's
not
a lot
first and foremost, but that's right there on your punch list of things to do so that Joe and Jane, competitor, spectator, have a great time.
And I guarantee
we got to have something else.
And I guarantee that they're looking for the whole package as well. They're looking for great hotels, great food, great events, and great stuff for just a family to do, because Slamology is a family event, 100%. Well, maybe all the way up to the one show that happens on the stage after all the babies go home, and it has a little bit to do with water. But other than that, Slamology is a completely family show.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's amazing just to see what they built and what they stand behind, and we all stand behind it. Hell, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make the show about them, but it was on my mind, and it just kind of fell out. It is what it is. But I would like to let's see. Wow, we don't really have a whole lot of people watching us now, but I'm sure that a lot of people like to go back and watch afterwards, Tim, just to let you know. But everybody, welcome Tim. Tim is our new judge up in the Minnesota area, the kind of little surrounding states up there. So he's going to start helping you guys up there in the Minnesota area and, just have more shows up that way. So if you guys have a location, a spot, or maybe just something in mind, reach out to Tim. I'm sure you guys can work out something, figure something out. Absolutely. But, I mean, give him a month to kind of to get his feet wet, to kind of fill it out. He's going to come down here and have a show or two with me. But, so it is what it is.
I got a show set up in Des Moines, Iowa, May 10th. The person that's running it, his name is D.D. Brown. He put on a great show this last year in Rochester. He did a trunk and treat event. Great turnout, dude. There was 50, 60 cars there.
That's amazing. D.D. Brown actually does a really, really good turnout up there. And he has a park and pound show up there too that he does. And it actually has a pretty good turnout as well too. So I'm really excited to actually finally get Base Wars in the doors there at that event. So that's amazing.
Absolutely.
It really honestly
have.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. It's not going to be your massively crazy show. Like, you're busy, you got a lot of things moving, like, the 712 boom, Made of Steel, anything like that. It's something for me to kind of get my introduction in with.
Well,
and so I think I'm looking forward to that.
Be ready though, because there's sometimes when I've seen some of his shows up there that are actually some pretty decent sized shows. So, be ready. My phone, everybody, all the other judges' phones are always open and ready to roll. Billy, yeah, love him to death. But Billy's phone's like, yeah, I'll answer it tomorrow. But Dan's phone's always good. My phone's
once
always
in a
good.
while. My phone's pretty much 24/7, unfortunately, still. But it depends on which 24 and which one of the 7. Sometimes
Everyone needs a day, man.
Yeah,
Everyone needs a day.
But I just I wanted to kind of welcome you to the family, to the team, and just let everybody know who you are and kind of put a little bit of face behind the picture, or behind the name, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. And then also
absolutely.
everybody also really, really reach out, give this man some deep, deep love and sympathy. He just got married. Hell yeah, that's a blessing. That's amazing. Hell yeah. I believe it was last Friday, correct?
Last Friday.
At the courthouse. Hey, me and my wife got married at the courthouse, so I feel you there, dude. It was 31 years ago. 31 years ago, me and my wife got married at the courthouse. Everybody said it wouldn't last 6 months. 31 years later, half of them are not even married, and me and my wife are. So,
dude, it was the event that almost didn't happen. Like we scheduled our wedding at 3:30. It was at the end of the day. The judge didn't have anything else on his docket, thankfully, and we didn't go there fully prepared. So we live 15 minutes away from the courthouse. I got 15 minutes to get there and back. I think I made it in time. I'll just leave it at that. I made it there. I made it home. I made it back in time to get it all done.
Aiden, see right there. That's the mastermind behind my build. Everybody doesn't understand right there. Aiden is the mastermind. He put the blood, sweat, and tears in my build. I wanted to, but he took it and did it for me. So I owe that man more than anybody really understands. I really, really owe him a lot of money. It's because Jimmy listens to society.
That's hysterical. I heard that.
Jimmy, I'm leaving that on there as well, man.
Dude, I should really take I should take your guys' advice on that.
You shut up there, damn it.
There's nothing better than having the wife, girlfriend, spouse, significant other helping you, because of all the things that I have ever said that is more true. Jimmy might be our face.
How's that?
Sony does the work. And I will send her props to that all the time. And
well,
the
she
same
doesn't do all the work. Hold on now. Hold on.
Not all of it.
All
but
the work.
She does a lot.
I do the physical work. She does all the work.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, Jimmy, there ain't no shame in it, bro. My wife is 100% the brains of the operation. If she says she knows how to do something, I'm letting her run with it. And with this hobby, she gives me her full support. But I'll tell you what, when it comes down to sitting down and getting demos, she couldn't care less.
See, my wife loves to get demos and loves all that, but she's amazing. I mean, it's fun for me to actually see her sit behind that computer and yell at somebody. It's like, hey, close your door, raise your visor, do this, do this, do this, do this. And she gets them louder. And that is amazing for me to actually watch my wife get. And I know a lot of people still to this day have problems with it. Watch my wife get a man louder. It pisses them off, but it happens. It happens. And Jimmy, you can bet. Bet.
So Jimmy, speaking of builds, I don't even know what you have, man. What you got going on?
I just got a little bit of small build. It's nothing fancy. It's just a couple 15s in the back of a Yukon.
A couple 15s in the back of a Yukon. I bet that bitch bangs.
It's a Tahoe, and it has 8 15s with 40,000 watts.
Dang, dude. one day I'll be that cool.
Oh, and it's funny because I've been there. I've went from there to there to there to there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you honestly. It's E. Gordon. Even I've watched my wife get him louder. Sonia, she knows. But I don't know. I've been from the bottom to the top.
I'm still working my way up to the top, but for now I run some fairly decent equipment.
That was rude and big headed of me to say it. I'm not at the top, not even close to the top. I'm like the top's here. I'm like right here. I'm still like a whole nother shelf away from being on the top. But and you should have, Brett. I did. I put up what was it, a 57 on music. I only had
57 on music is respectable.
I only had 6 subs, and I'm in the 6th order because 2 of my subs. I had 1 sub blown, and I actually turned the power off to 1 amplifier. But
let's put it this way: I remember Jimmy doing a demo one day.
Really, Stacey, you're an ass. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, well, this particular day he wasn't loud though, Greg. Because I remember Jimmy doing a demo one day at a show that was not one of our shows, but we were both there, and I drove all the way down to Kansas City for it when I was living up in Fargo. Mm-hmm. And Jimmy was running 150, high 157, 158s. Well, listening to XM radio or Sirius radio. He wasn't even listening to demo music. He was like, let me just listen to, the 8 on 80s or something. And I don't remember what was playing. But I looked at it and I'm like, dude, that doesn't even sound reed-based. And he's like, dude, I'm not. I'm listening to XM radio. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And he was. Listening to XM radio doing 158 demos.
It was in the Nitro. Yeah, it was in the Nitro. It was. I know.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It happens.
My Nitro was amazing. But
see, man, I went from the progression of a 15-inch kicker Q class to a 15-inch Sundown XV2, and now I got 4 SDDNs on a couple of AKs, and I'm about to build a new box for them.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And
so
we have a lot of friends and a lot of family, and just you have huge ties everywhere. So I'm not even going to go there because you're on TPO. But I mean, there's a lot of big main people around that will actually reach out and help you. So definitely take your advice. Mm-hmm. Take their advice.
Oh, I do.
Thank you, Brett. That's amazing. Like I said, Aiden did all the work. Wasn't my intention. I just actually, well, you heard this story. He took it to weld the cage and never gave it back until it was done. I'm not mad because it's amazing. But
yeah, that's something that I would love to see one day. I'd love to experience that. 815s on 40K ain't nothing to shake a stick at.
It'll be a 712.
Awesome, man.
I don't know. It's okay. It's okay.
Like I said, I plan on being down there with probably 4, maybe 5 of my teammates. So we're just gonna make an event, get down there, and have some fun.
Where's him judging? He is judging. Sorry, damn it. Sorry, Dan. You doing it? Stop it, Dan. I'm not even close to it.
I can do anything. I'm just gonna keep flashing it all day. It'll be easier.
He's actually a judge in Minnesota and the surrounding areas. And I feel kind of rude because I don't know the exact surrounding areas.
So the surrounding states to Minnesota are Wisconsin, Iowa, and Illinois.
Well, Iowa's going to be a hard one for you because I love that state. That's my state.
Look, man, if I'm being honest, I don't really plan on going to Iowa or Illinois. This Iowa show just ended up being a freak accident. But other than that, I plan on staying in Minnesota and Wisconsin.
And we're okay with that. And that's kind of honestly, I didn't mean to be rude, but that's where we need you because I've had so many people reach out from Dan to all the guys up there in the Minnesota area that want me to come up there, and I love them to death. And I can't tell you how many shows I've actually went out of my pocket to go up there to do shows for kind of the people that I don't know. I don't want to say, or I don't want to be rude. It's just it's a money thing. It's a money thing. And I don't want to say it's a money thing because that's not where Base Wars is, but it is a money thing because when I'm coming out of my pocket and I'm not making that money back, I can only do that for so long before the boss upstairs says no more. And that's where the boss is upstairs. She says, we love base wars. We're all about base wars, but I can't keep losing. So
Absolutely. So if anybody has an event that they want to set up in the Twin Cities, in Rochester, in Duluth Superior area, Ashland, I might even go as far as Eau Claire. But anywhere that's about a 4 or 5 hour range for me would be a perfect show for me to be able to attend.
I would keep it at, if you possibly can, keep it at the 4 to maybe 5 hour range. And the only reason why I say that, because when you get any more than that, between the gas money, the food, the everything else, it's hard to make your money back. And I know we're not about just making money, but you have to at least break even, or why are you doing it?
Breaking even is ideal. Breaking even is ideal.
Breaking even is okay. And trust me, like I said, I've broke even at many, many, many shows.
Absolutely.
Basic. Okay, Stacey, that's cool.
That'll be nice.
But I mean, you have to, you'll figure it out after maybe a year or two where your region wants to be, where your pocket can afford, and what your vehicle can do, and just everything around. And I mean that, because you're going to get to the point where, hey Jimmy, are we using clamp now, or are we still using unrated power? Shut up, Walt. Really, just shut up, Walt. I'm not even going to answer that question. Really, just go the hell away. But
we got 3 classes that we clamp.
We have 3 or 4 clamp classes for them people, and I'm saying that to you, Walt, them people. But for the most part, no, it is rated power. If that manufacturer tells me that amplifier is 5K and it does 9K, I'm sorry, it is what it is. It's the manufacturer's rating.
Yep.
And we're not going to go down that road, because there is a lot of amplifiers, and I mean a lot of amplifiers that do overrated power. Because I think there's maybe 1 or 2 amplifier companies out there that actually do half ohm. And we all know a lot of the amplifiers out there will do half ohm, but there's only like 1 or 2 companies out there that will actually give you them half ohm ratings. So, I mean, yeah, no.
So that's a good thing. That's a good thing that was just brought up. The 3 or 4 classes that we clamp on. So just for my sake, what are those classes?
Well, if you want to hit that, please. Oh yeah, because my prop every week, I got them all. I got the book. I got the score sheet.
He's got it all right there by him.
Absolutely. We got it on, and I got to look at this one.
I know
version this one is, because some of them are a little different still. But in the pro classes, which are those, you got a leashed wall and unleashed. Those are the 3 that we clamp.
There's 3 clamp classes right there,
and that's it. You clamp
awesome.
Up to 5K, and
there's my Poogie Bear in Vegas without me.
It's a stock class. So, okay, if you want to do your big door panels with 8 8s and 4 6s and 8 super tweeters, okay, great. But technically, that's not really stock either. But if you want to do it up to 5K, I don't care how much power you actually have in the vehicle, but at 5,001, it's out the door. And
I think the biggest issue is like, even though I don't want to go down this road, and I'm just going to say this, even though I don't want to go down this road, it's because like the Orion 3K will almost do 6K. There's quite a few amplifiers out there that will actually not do, or will do over what the manufacturer's ratings are. And that's good and bad, because it's good for the company because their amplifiers are going higher than expectations, but it's bad for organizations because I'm rating off of, if you say it's a 3K amplifier, that's what it's going to be rated as, a 3K amplifier, even though we know that 3K amplifier probably does 6K. But it makes it really, really hard. Well, please message me. We'll talk about this offline. And I understand what you're saying, but we are trying to put a stop to that. And we're trying to make it just
we don't
where
judge
it's
regular
good for
classes.
everybody. And I'm not trying to touch on that point. I appreciate you though, seriously. And I'm not taking it lightly. Your comments, but let's have that offline, please. But it's not fair what has been happening to him. We'll just say that, and we're gonna step back and leave that one alone. But it's I don't know the exact time that Billy started this organization, but I mean, we're still having growing pains a little bit. I mean, and that happens with how many countless organizations. Hell, I still see organizations up to this day that are still having growing pains. Some of the bigger
dude,
ones.
absolutely.
And I'm not going to mention any of their names, but even some of the bigger organizations that have been around for a long time still have hiccups, still have boo-boos, and still have stuff. So, I mean, I feel like it maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like all of our competitors and a lot of the people online hold us to a higher standard than they do all the other organizations. The things that you gripe about Base Wars about, you're not going to go turn around and gripe at it about any of the other organizations. And I'm not going to say anybody's name, and I'm not going to call them out. I'm not going to say USAC, blah, 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 any of them other organizations, because that's not what I'm going to do. But I feel like you guys hold us up to a higher standard than you do all them other organizations, which if you want to be truthful, you should be holding all of us to the same standards. But it is what it is.
There's a lot of truth in that statement. So when I was a cook, and I was real new. Like I was terrible, right? But I kept getting better. And one of the head cooks, he looked at me one day. He said, "The only way you learn is by bumping your balls." And for as a crude rudimentary saying that is, man,
100%.
it's truth for everything across the board.
It's funny because when we come about gripes or complaints or concerns, please reach out to the manufacturer, which that would be Billy Temple.
Oh yeah, that guy.
I played that one off smooth as fuck. But
Can
no,
you guys hear me at all?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a little bit of echo.
That is hard.
But
That was smooth, Jimmy. I see what you did there. That was smooth.
But I mean, seriously, we're
We're
not
gonna
perfect.
say it like
We're not
that.
trying to be perfect. We really are not. And I understand that. And no, Walt, please don't take that wrong. Please don't take that wrong. I know you're not crying.
Oh, no.
I understand what you're saying, but just hit me up on a private message and we'll talk about it and we'll try to see what we can do to make your situation better. Please and thank you.
What is going on? I don't know.
He says that there's been 2 or 3 judges that make him clamp for ninja class, and he's having some problems going on.
Yeah. We don't clamp for ninja.
Yeah, we don't clamp for ninja
Unless you have an Orion.
Unless you got an Orion 3K.
Yeah. But ninja's not
all the Orions, and don't hang on when you say the Orion
that puts out, 1 million watts. Let's see.
That would be for stealth or bandit, so not an issue. And
Well, I wish I could hear y'all better.
A little bit of
I got
growing
nobody.
pains here and there, but we're working through them. And another one is how we term everything. We're only looking for rated power. If manufacturer X rates their amp at 3,000 watts, it's 3,000 watts. If they want to manufacture a new version of it and state that it's all of a sudden 3,500, it's 3,500. Then we can't use it in bandit or stealth because those are 3K rated classes. We'll still move you up one if you want to, or if you got your size parameters low enough, we'll move you up. If you got 10,000 watts in it and only 212s, we'll move you up with the one class. That's part of the rules that we've always had for, well, at least 5 or 6 years since I've been doing it.
We will talk, but it's not just me or my class. They will clap everyone in every class. Well, I apologize, Wally. They're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, they're clamping everyone. They're not supposed to.
just let us know. Like I said, please. And I'm sorry, and I don't mean to because it's not your fault. It's not your. It's our mistake, and I apologize. It's our mistake, and I will take the broad of them shoulders. It's our mistake, but please reach out to me, and we will stop that. We will make sure that everybody is doing the exact same thing. Billy has spent numerous hours of making videos and just walking everybody through it. So hopefully that part changes this year.
Yeah.
You know, I can't say for the past years, you know, we've had hiccups and we've had mistakes.
Yeah.
It's growing mistakes, growing pains. But
yeah, we'll get
Billy
better.
has spent a lot of time and effort into making sure that everybody is on the same page.
Yeah, so it can be congruent this time. I'm not sure, but I think Tina was having some of them clamp those classes. I haven't talked to her, but I think that's the case. But on this Quake X thing right here, so I didn't realize. I thought we had already made them, and we hadn't. And so right now, I don't know if anybody else works with computers, but today has been a day from hell. On the computer, nothing is working right. Nothing. I mean, so when I realized today that we had not done the Quake X stuff, we went to import it into our Google Sheets, and it won't import. We checked a couple other files to see if maybe the one Joey sent me was just bad, but it wasn't. No file will import. So I don't know what's going on with that. But what we did is he's manually typing all those scores right now so that we can make a graphic, you know. So that'll be out either just like in the next couple of minutes or at latest later tonight.
Somebody's earning their pay on that one. I'm just gonna say your poor son.
Yeah, John Tyler's doing it
your
right
poor
now.
Son. Your poor son. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's one of those
So
weird things that
so
happen
that's the
once in a
scoop
while.
on that. Yeah.
All right. I mean, before we get like deeply enlarged and more, Tim.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much for coming in here. I mean, I don't want to keep you any longer than you have to be because I know you have other things. I mean, if you want to stay in here, we appreciate you and we love the hell out of you. Thank you very much.
We'll call it the Tim Show.
Please.
Yeah, no, I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
Anybody up in the Minnesota area, please just reach out to him, and I guarantee he's got time, or he will make time for you. So
yeah,
absolutely
ready to rock and roll up there. So please reach out to him, Dan Horner. I mean, we got a lot of love and support up that way. So
absolutely.
It's amazing.
So if you guys got ideas, if you guys have shows set, and you know you're kind of working out the logistics of it, just message me on Facebook. I'm there. I'll respond to you. I'll keep looking at my messages, message requests, see if there's anything. But I mean, we're gonna get some shows moving up here in Minnesota. We're gonna get some shows moving in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Seriously, I guarantee once you get up there and excuse me,
no.
Tim Flores, hell yeah. Once you get up there and get around Dan, Dan's gonna show you some love, and I guarantee once he shows you love, it's gonna be set. Trust me.
I've had a few experiences with Dan so far, and he's just been nothing but a great guy. He's incredibly down to earth. I can't say enough good things about him.
We're trying to keep that on the down low.
I love Dan.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell him. Don't you worry.
Seriously, he really is.
It depends what Dan you're talking. I try. I know Horner tries. I know Curran tries.
We're talking about Horner. Shut up.
Let's not talk about Dan Curran too much.
We don't do it. Dan Curran's
I
my
hope y'all have a great night.
Y'all leave Dan Curran alone. But no, thank you, Tim. Seriously, I didn't mean to be rude. I didn't want to push you off, but I know you only.
No, that's fine. Absolutely.
I mean, you're welcome to stay if you want to, but we appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you, sir.
You guys have a great night. It was good. It was good. Actually seeing you, Billy. It was good seeing you, Dan. Oh, Jimmy, it's good talking to you again, man.
My phone's always open, dude. Billy's
phone. I hate I couldn't get here earlier.
Oh, Billy, I'm sure I'll be messaging you soon to get to try to get all these settings in place. So be expecting a call from me sometime throughout this weekend.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good night, guys.
In Nebraska, though, right, sir?
Do what, Jim?
Tim.
What's that?
You're coming to my show in Nebraska, right?
Are you talking about this one coming up here?
Yeah.
March 28th?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, that I put in for PTO, and as soon as I find out, you'll find out.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, no pressure, obviously, because I understand
You
life.
might have to see
life
me
happens,
too, Jimmy.
Well, if like I said, if I can make it, I'm absolutely going to. I'd like to be able to get a show under my belt with another one of you guys. I think it would be a great way to start off.
Yeah.
And as soon as I find out, you'll find out.
All right. Well, yeah, absolutely. Please just come up and hang out. You'll get to meet the boss. The boss will be up running the computer, and she'll show you the ins and outs. So trust
Awesome,
me,
man.
you just need a boss. The boss will show you.
Well, you guys have a great night. I'm out.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
Appreciate the hell out of you.
We'll see you.
Appreciate you, Tim. So the question really quick, just before we get to anything else here.
Base
What
wars
class
whoosh.
can I do with a single 18? Well,
There's on how much power you
Ron,
have,
that,
sir.
that kind of depends on the vehicle. If you got a trunk vehicle, you can get into the boss category. You can get into Godfather or Kingpin. If you got a no wall, you'd be an assassin. And if you want to get into the open, because you got a wall, which is now titled a wall category or the wall vehicles, got to be more specific still, Sean. Got to know what kind of vehicle specifically the build is. Because if it's a wall, it's a wall. If it's a no wall, it's a no wall. So SUV doesn't tell us enough, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But-
So if it's an SUV, let's see, in 118, I'm guessing it's not a wall. I'm guessing.
I would guess the same. I might even
I would
guess
say
maybe
that Dan
even
told me
lower.
so, right?
But
Dan
you
told
also
me
have to
so.
think about
If it's
power
wrong,
as
we just
well.
blame it on Dan. And we'll say, not
Exactly.
today, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
And you can, if it's a
About
C-Killer,
power.
for example,
Yeah.
that would be
So
fantastic.
listen,
Then I
this
know
is the way it
exactly.
works for us. For this organization, you go by cone area. So an 18 has 200. If it's around 18, it's got 254 square inches. All right, of cone area. If you are a no wall, if you're not walled and you're in an SUV, you go in a no wall class. And so for us, that would be assassin class, right? And in assassin class, you can have up to 10,000 watts. So if you have under 10,000 watts in the assassin class, that's what class you would be in. If you have 10,001 watt, then you would bump up one class to ninja. If you have 1,000,000 watts, you still only bump up one class to ninja. So power can only bump you up one class above what your cone area puts you in.
Yep.
So I would be willing to bet, don't know what amp you have. Probably you're an assassin. Hey,
Fuego, how you doing?
Fuego, yeah.
Wait, where's my talkhead Jimmy guy? Hold on now.
Right.
Is he here? Have I missed him?
No,
I'm
not
sad.
yet.
I'm sad. I haven't
Matt?
seen him.
Kind of the same thing for you, Matt. You're in 1,000, a little bit over 1,000 because your 15s are 254 a piece. So you're at 176 a piece. Excuse me. You're just over 700.
Just over 700.
Just
Yeah.
over 7,
So
yes, sir.
about the same, honestly. But for the wall classes for you, you'd be in chaos or bigger.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
and
we
you
also
go
have
up to
to think
20
about
K.
this.
Chaos is our most competitive class, I think.
But we also have to think about this in all seriousness. There's a lot of, and I hate to use this term, but there's a lot of organizations out there that consider you a wall because of the height. If we can't see out the back and it's sealed, you're a wall. If you're not sealed, you're not a wall. It's that simple. And I don't know how else to like push it or to explain it to you guys. And I don't mean to be rude. Sorry, but if it's not sealed, it's not a wall. Let's just go there. If it's not sealed, it's not.
I mean, if you only had that much space around the edges, I'd probably consider you a wall. But the judges will look. But
if I can't see out the back window, that's the way I use it.
Measure. We used to say if you couldn't see out the back window that you were a wall, but we changed that. But this tape measure, that's what this is. But because of my green screen that's not working behind me, Can't really see it. It's kind of magic because it's really yellow. Anyway, that won't determine if you're a wall or not.
No, we don't care how close, how not close,
We're
or
not going to
how
clamp you
far
under
or
10.
where you're at. Well, what mile marker?
Yeah, rated what it's rated.
Yeah. And we don't clamp. It's rated. We don't clamp. So
Yes. If I clamp under 10K, I say assassin.
Yeah, clamp
need to
doesn't
make it
matter.
because-
We only clamp for 3
Chris-
classes.
Chris, just please talk to me. That's my nitro. Damn it.
Mhm.
Sorry. That's my
it was
nitro.
a wall the last time I saw it.
It still is a wall.
Same thing, Matt. If
It
you're
still
gonna be
is a
on my
wall,
show
trust
on,
me.
What, 21st? Stop on out, man. I'll be able to definitely tackle you and figure it all out and say, hey, man, been a while. Let's look at the system.
I feel so bad for Matt Chris, because he bought my Tahoe from somebody else. And when he got it, it was at that point. And I don't know how else to say it, but it was at that point. The batteries were wore out. The alternators were wore out. The engine was wore out. It needed money to be dumped into it. And I feel so bad for him because he bought it ready to go thinking he was ready to run the lanes. And it was at that point where it was like, man, no.
This was your vehicle?
Yeah, my own nitro.
Yeah.
Sir. So, I mean, I feel so bad. He had to replace the ECU. He had to replace brakes. He had to redo suspension. I mean, there's a lot of actual engine and body modifications that he had to do to it before he could even address that the batteries went dead. This went dead. The RCAs were wore out. I mean, he had a lot of work in front of him. And
That's correct.
I felt bad for him because it was at that point where it was clapped out. And I'm sorry for him. And I hope that he doesn't give up on that vehicle. If he does, then we got to talk.
Right.
we got to
Listen,
talk.
I want to add this. I want to add this to you also. If you was to put 100,000 watts on this build right here, it would still also be only assassin.
One class. It only no matter your power rating, it only moves you up one class. Even if you got 1,000,000 watts, one class because of your power rating. If you're an assassin, you're going to run to a monster or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know the exact.
Yeah,
been in there for years.
I know, Chris. I'm so sorry, dude. I really, honestly know.
It's a fun way to do it on small subs.
Please don't give up. I mean, I've got a bunch of parts for that. I got a brand new radiator. I got the seats. I got the media center. I got a lot of shit for that vehicle. But
yeah, it is, Brett. Yep.
Yeah. It's a gray area. I mean, it is, but it's. Yeah,
we have gray area.
Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So, some of us, Jimmy, some of us do more than Billy does, I guess.
What do you mean, sir?
Our gray area right here.
Yeah, Billy shaves it all off.
Right.
Billy has never let any facial hair ever touch his body.
I think I'm gonna grow a beard, man.
But
I'm gonna
be honest
grow hair. I'm gonna be a hairy person like everybody else now.
Billy, you're gonna hate me when I say this, but I'm gonna say this. You see Billy's little booty cheek he got right there? You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy has that too. That's why I always keep my Fu Manchu. So
but I get compliment on people like it. They want to touch.
I always keep my little Fu Manchu. That's why you don't ever see it because I got that little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yes and no, Brett. There's also that you do run into compression limits and things like that, and thermodynamics and
you're gonna get to that
dynamics. But yeah, there's a little bit of that.
This is a Suburban. It's 14. I know, Greg. Trust me. I know it's not fair. No, I agree with him on that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Stop crying. It is. I'm in the same fucking shit. I have to. Matt Brown. If Matt Brown would ever run in the lanes, he would compete against me. It's not fair. That's bullshit. Or Stephen Duncan. Think about it. I would have to compete against Stephen Duncan. That's bullshit.
It would be
I've already
fun.
competed against him in 2019 and lost majorly, but that's still bullshit. Sorry, it is. It's a little bit bullshit.
I don't know if that's how you spell it or not, but I at least understood that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's yeah.
That might be
Yeah.
it.
Unbelievable, but I mean it really is. I mean it really is. But no, I mean seriously, we I mean we always say it. We appreciate everybody, and it's spell check it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, absolutely. I would have like 3 times. It's like that just doesn't look right. What the fuck?
Could have just typed good looks and been done, right?
Absolutely.
And then spell check it as well. Hey, a lot of things have to be spell checked, believe me.
Boy, you don't understand. I mean, seriously, you really don't understand.
So
Has anybody been fighting with their computer today?
nope.
No, it's just me. So, like when I got up this morning and sat down, the
So far,
base
it's only
course
been you, I think,
folder that has all of our logos in it, gone. Found it in my recycle bin.
What the fuck?
Restored it, but doesn't work.
That's
Luckily,
not cool.
luckily somebody learned to make backups the hard way.
You keep that on the USB. Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
else we wouldn't have any Base Wars logos anymore.
Got 'em.
So all the logos from the
I haven't made any
manufacturer-
backups, but yeah.
So any of that stuff I've done the last 6 months is gone. I don't know what happened. So, but there's been other things happen. Like I can't load a picture from my background. You know how I like to be pretty, like Dan's got background picture, right? You do too. I can't do that.
I don't have a background picture. That's my apartment.
Yeah, it shuts me down. It locks my computer up if I try to load an image.
That's my apartment. You don't see the bay out there? Look.
Yeah, I said
There's
I
shit
like
going on
that.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's
Be
so many lovely salt bays in Kansas City. Got that.
Hey, you don't know. I'm not in
that
Kansas.
oceanside
I'm in
property
Kansas.
for you, man.
I'm in Kansas, damn it. Didn't really too much parties yesterday.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, my computer must have took the day off yesterday because when I come to it this morning at 5 o'clock, it wouldn't work.
There's so many levels to this, Chris. You just don't know. See,
Right.
we got the levels going on up here.
Oh,
But what? We definitely got some shows coming up, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
I have a show.
We did Vegas this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Richard said that we ran about almost 80 people. I don't have it. I wrote it down somewhere, but not sure where, how many. But that's a really good show for us. 80 people. Close to
Sorry that I wasn't there. I wanted to be there.
Yeah. And he said the show overall was a big show. Said it was a really good one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, see, me too. Me too. You leave Chris alone. Chris he's going to get that.
You can do 29 on music.
Which Chris are you talking about, though? Chris Mills or Chris Galloway? Why? Wait, hold on. What's wrong with them amplifiers, sir?
What kind are they? And I'll tell you.
PM me and we'll talk about them. Them amplifiers have been golden.
What kind of amplifiers is it?
They're Def Bonds. AKs.
Your power supply.
Them are the original AK ones. Them things are like tried and true. I've actually put a lot of power to them amplifiers and had no problem at all. So
the original Chris, or the 7.5s?
The first one.
So we're doing the Nopi shows now, Jamie.
Yeah, the AK 75s. Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be doing some Nopi shows now. Isn't that cool?
One sparks like the AK getting the block.
Nice.
Just reach out to me, Chris. I got some people I got you. Chris Calloway, not Chris Mills. But Chris Mills, I'll get that 160 under 30 hertz average. Oh, shit. Let's do it.
There you go.
I thought he sold all his stuff, man.
Nah, Chris, he's on different levels. He sold all his equipment to switch to some new equipment, but he's on different
Did he
levels.
get kicker?
No.
Well, how you gonna be loud if you don't get kicker, man?
Well, I mean, there's a couple other companies out there that are allowed too.
Resilient Sounds.
Yeah.
There ain't another loud one, is it?
Team DTX, baby. Team DTX, baby.
Them dreamsicles. Now,
It
come on.
depends who's
Can
promoting it
a
and
sub that's
who's,
called a
you know.
dreamsicle, can it be loud?
Dreamsicles are loud as hell.
What is a dreamsicle anyway?
Yeah. It's like
Dreamsicle
when
is
you dream on an icicle and let that shit melt on your face and get stuck there because it's going to be there.
Yeah.
You feel it
So-
when it's stuck there. It's like,
orange
I was-
and white.
I was gonna
and
show you guys the
beautiful
rings,
and
but I
beautiful.
can't because it won't let me load an image.
look. Ask Stacy about the dreamsicles because he
And the
went
reason
from
I say that,
went from Crossfire to dreamsicles. I'm just going to
Now-
ask Stacy.
now he thinks that sundown subs are loud. What the
I mean-
hell is he thinking?
Sundown are very, very, very loud. Very
You think they're
obnoxious and
loud?
very good.
Man,
I don't.
I mean, they only got a couple of records, right? The loudest dude in the world, but does that really count?
But see, here's my thing, though, and I've said this for years, and I'm going to say this for a year. It doesn't matter what sub it is. You could be in the cheapest sub in the world, all the way up to the most expensive sub. It's all about the enclosure and about
man.
how it's built and what it's built. It
He,
does not matter if the in betweens are bullshit. It doesn't
Where
matter
did-
about the parameters. It doesn't matter about this.
Where did these
It's your
ZB7s
shit.
come from? Is that an outer space thing? I thought ZB7
Yeah.
is where it ended.
Yeah. Oh, I want to see the ZB7's wall. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not fair. But
No, I think
uh,
that Jacob, I think that he is in tune with what it takes to make those speakers get loud, and he's spending the time to do it, even
But
though
Jacob
it's
is
a
a
niche market.
mastermind.
He's doing it anyway, and so I think that's why Sundown is what it is. I think it's because of Jacob personally and his research and.
there is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Jacob is a
Yeah.
mastermind. That guy, he reaches the unbelievable expectations, and he won't stop.
He's just
And
got
that's the best part about him.
yeah.
And he actually has somebody that will help him with the further growth. And that's
Yeah.
why I think that Scotty, or he actually asked Scotty to come help him with Sundown. It wasn't to be a sellout, yada yada, which all them other people say that, but
Yeah.
it
No,
was
I
to
think
reach the further potentials that he wants to reach.
he sunk his teeth into it, and I think he's in it to as far as what makes them work and what don't, and I really do. I think
Sundown is an
that Sundown
amazing
Sub's the loudest sub in the world. And I agree with you, Jimmy, for the most part that it often it's got to do with enclosure and amps and all that stuff.
Well,
When you
see,
get to a
and I'm
certain
going to say
level-
this. I'm going to say this, and I know I'm going to hear a lot of backlash. Sundown is the most loudest sub right now, but give Alan Don a minute. That is running B2. Alan Don has had that record for years with B2.
What record?
Yeah, the loudest sub in the world.
His initial
Oh, but
one
that's
was-
loudest
old news
SP
now.
also.
Now it's the Sundown revolution.
It is,
Now
but
I like
it's not
B2.
done. It's
I
not
like
done.
B2. Don't get me wrong, but
Well,
right
I
now,
like
man,
everybody,
Sundown's
all
just
the
killing it.
organizations or all the. It's. I like to say, and I'm going to say it again. It doesn't matter the equipment; it matters the build.
Yeah,
You
except
can
when
run
you get
Sundown,
into
you
the
can run
80s.
BT, you can run kicker, you
I
can run
think
all
I
that.
think when you get into the
All in the
80s, though, it kind of matters. I do.
It's still the build. No, I disagree. It is still the build.
I
let
think
me run my build against RP's build. In the
I don't-
80s,
I don't-
it's all because of
I don't want you
RP
to feel
and
like
all the
less
time
of a
and
man.
effort that RP has put behind that build. It's not the subs, it's the build. That
Well,
sub
Oh, yeah.
could not perform.
But you got to
and
have a
don't take
sub
me
to
wrong.
handle that bill.
Well,
it is and it isn't.
no,
You
and here's
got
the
to look
problem.
at
It doesn't matter what the sub can do and what the sub can't do. Without that build, that sub is garbage.
yes,
You try to
but
free air that
if
sub,
you
it's not
still
going to do
look at
what it will do
Carlos is
in
doing.
that build.
Well, I challenge you. I have some. What these subs I got? What are they? Do you remember?
Which ones?
I don't know.
I do. They're massive hippos.
Yeah. You,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
think if we put those in Carlos's vehicle, you think it would do 180? I don't.
I will put that sub right there that you have against one of my subs that I have over here on the floor, free-aired, and I guarantee it doesn't matter. It
Well,
is
we
the
wouldn't do
build.
it pre-aired because
No,
we
no,
know
no,
better,
no.
right?
No, wait. You are talking about the sub, though, and I'm talking about the build. Take the
Mhm.
build out of the equation. Let's see what the sub will do. Let's see what that sub will do
But
free
we
air.
can't because you're talking about the build.
No,
So
but
I'm
I'm
saying-
going to your level to talk about the sub. I'm taking the build.
Good.
I'm
So
taking the build
sub
completely
in-
out
in
and
the-
let's free air your
Yeah.
sub and my sub.
Well,
and
no,
let's see
no
what
sub
that
is
looks
going to do well in the free air situation. No sub going to do that. But
Well,
if we put
but-
these two subs
That's
together,
what I'm saying. The build matters. Everything. build is
it does kind of. But I'm just telling you, you put my massive hippo, which is for sale by the way for 1999.
But I mean,
next
yeah,
to say the Sundown ZV7, I think my massive hippo probably comes apart before the Sundown. I mean, yeah, I don't know, but
maybe not. Not enough. But I mean, seriously, it's hard to compare. Like Carlos goes crazy, and I've seen one single sub do over an 80. But what people don't
That was a
understand
kicker.
is,
it was a kicker 15.
but no, there was a couple other subs that did that.
Well, you
But-
said one. We chose the kicker.
Several.
Okay, you're right. But the problem that I'm trying to say is it's not the sub. It is the enclosure. Without Carlos's enclosure, none of them subs will ever reach their full potential. And
Well-
I'm not saying they're at their full potential. There might be a little bit more, but without the enclosure, without it means nothing.
You
I don't
definitely
care
got
no
to have
matter
a
what
good
spider
enclosure.
pack, how much powder,
I
how
don't
much
see
everything.
any other subs putting up 185s and 6s. I mean, I'm a kicker guy, right? Real men run kicker,
Hey, look, there's a boat running on the bay.
Well, now,
And,
now also, look at it this way, guys. Everything that Carlos did last year and a little bit into 23 with his testing with that single sub stuff, all of those 18s and one kicker 15,
But look right there. Look.
that's all of them. Those
That's
numbers
the same build,
are
but he
huge.
switched subs.
Those
The audio
subs
East
didn't
did that.
change
See?
much.
But I'm gonna pull this up right quick. I haven't looked in a while, but maybe he used to put the stuff. I made him a thing to put it on the website.
Carlos.
See
I
what we
think-
got
I
on there.
think
If it's
he
anything still on
gave
there.
up. I think he gave up.
Yeah. Okay. So Colossal Sounds had a cone failure. Sound Cubed had a surround and a former failure, I'm assuming. Let's see. So my point is this: some of these they fail, but I don't really see
Right there.
any of the Sundown subs on the fail list.
Well, I mean, look at what Greg has to say right there.
Greg, who?
Greg Hill.
Man, he's probably been drinking.
that doesn't mean he's not true, though. Hold on now.
Let's see. What did he say?
Take my box for example. 3 different subs and entirely different numbers.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But that's kind of my point that I was trying to preach.
Mm-hmm.
Without the build, the sub doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think I saw Walt or Wally say it as well. It's a system. He didn't say this, but it's a system. But no matter how good your enclosure is, if you've got a sub that falls apart when it hits, 2,000 watts, and you're not going to get anywhere. But if you got a sub that'll hold 10,000, but your enclosure is for dog crap, then you're not going to get anywhere.
It's not fair. Yeah, and I agree with that.
Right.
But so what I'm saying is when you get to that level, Jacob appears to me to be the only one that is interested in researching that level for his subs.
Yeah, he's the only one that cares.
And I don't know what everybody. Dan would probably also. Dan Horner would probably also be the next guy to do that. We got Joey Semino down in Louisiana. He's a underdog. You guys don't know of him, but his subs, I put him up against anybody.
No, and Joey makes really good subs with brutal sounds. Dan Horner makes good subs. And let's don't forget about Roger. Roger with Crossfire.
Yeah.
Roger with Crossfire.
I just got me some Crossfire subs. Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Roger with Crossfire has put up some amazing.
They've had the world records for a long time. Yeah, they've
still stands behind all his competitors. But that's still, I'm sorry, but I'm still going to preach back to it doesn't matter about the equipment. It's the build.
Well, it's partially the build, but you take Greg. Greg is a good example. You know what Greg said a minute ago about his enclosure? So those enclosures are built with a certain parameters that make them work in a box with a certain amount of airspace or not. And basically, that is how much how much spring the sub has. So if your sub is stout, if it's got a little control, you don't have to have as small of an enclosure, right? You can have a bigger enclosure and tune lower also. But
and I agree with you on that. I'm sorry, Billy. I agree with you on that, Brett, because yes, we all know the different fails. You can't play above 24 with this one. You can't do this. And I do agree on that. That makes a big, big difference too as well. So when I say it's just a build, that's wrong, and I shouldn't say that. But it's everything. I mean, it's the whole build itself. And that's what I say is just the build. It's the build itself.
I don't think it is necessarily just the build, because you're going to have, you're always going to have whether you're driving a whatever XYZ, you're going to have a little bit of change between each vehicle, even though there are 100,000 of them built. They're always going to be just a little bit different. The problem is from the standpoint of the one enclosure. If we look at the top 25 subs that Carlos did, they're all within that tolerance, let's say, of 1%. If we say they're all supposed to be within 180 dB, well, from 180 to 182 to 178.
But, in all honesty, I'm sorry.
Essentially.
But I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you also have to realize. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but you also have to realize are they sending you an entry level sub, or are they sending you the best line if they have? And that's where the biggest problem has been. Is I've seen 3 or 4 companies send him entry line subs, and 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 have sent him the best of the best. So that's not really a fair I don't know. There's a lot more about it.
But is it though? Because we're talking something that's made with aluminum and titanium versus unobtainium. So should we see it be that much better, or should it only be that much better? Are we looking at better components? Are we looking at a better build? Are we looking at a better quality?
100,
are we looking at something else?
Everything
Maybe
matters.
Specifically there that day. Maybe something else happened. Maybe, and I'm never going to say that Jessica or Carlos changed anything else in the system, but did the vehicle have 14.5 volts that night versus 14.3 volts?
Well,
So
Look.
we're going to see those little
ahead,
tolerance changes, but
I'm
I don't
looking.
think it's ever going to be that much.
I'm looking at this data, and so what I'm saying is this. I'll try one more time. Jacob has made his sub do a 179.72 with 26,000 watts, whereas SoundCube made their sub do 179.81, which is 1/10 more, which is a big deal when you're that high, but it took 40,000 watts. So what I'm saying is Jacob is fine tuning his sundown subs for loudness for what we do.
More
right.
efficient. Yes, sir.
And I think he is in tune with it more so than anyone else doing what we do.
But though, Billy, and I'm going to say this, and I'm sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm going to say this. I have actually seen, and I almost hate to actually put this out there, but I've seen where a vehicle will do better with sundown subs. And this vehicle, which has had the exact same build with the exact same everything, will do better with kicker subs.
I believe that.
So I've
because
seen it. It
that
doesn't
build,
matter.
That build suits the parameters of that sub, whatever it is. Yeah.
But I mean, and I've seen the exact same things do the exact same numbers with different vehicles, or same vehicle with different parameters and different numbers. So it's hard though. I mean, seriously, it comes down.
I feel that's those little tolerances in the materials. What are we seeing that is different in the particular chemistry for the surround? What are we seeing in the stitching for the spiders? Or are we seeing something different in even something so trivial as the tinsel lead?
I mean, it's so much different. It really is. You're right. It's so much different, and people don't understand that when it comes down to the cone, to the spider, to the ohm load, to the woofer. Is it an SPL surround? Is it this surround? I mean, there's so many different parameters on each subwoofer that can make or break difference, and it's hard. And you really, honestly, I've seen so many people every day carry around a little bitty notebook like this with all their little numbers and all their little shit. I'm not showing you guys because you can't see this, but yeah, they all have that little bitty notebook that has their numbers and what it can do, and what it can't do. I'm telling you right now, my vehicle, because I did a lot of testing, can play 19 hertz and above. No problem. And no matter what hertz it is, no matter what level it is, and for no matter how long.
Right.
But there's difference. If I throw somebody else's subwoofer, somebody else's, all that changes. And that's the biggest things that people don't understand. It can be in the exact same build with the exact same this and the exact same this, but just different subwoofers. And that matters more than people will ever understand.
That's why I tell people.
That's my opinion.
You have to have a goal. If your goal is to do a 170 at 80 hertz, then you're going to get a certain sub. If your goal is to do a 170 at 20 hertz, then you're going to use a different sub.
Yes,
Right.
Absolutely. You're right. And I mean, it's hard to say, but you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you pick out what you want to do, and then you figure out what kind of parameters you need to do that, and then you go hunt your sub. That's not what most people do. Most people support their brand. I support Kicker, right? So I'm going to take a Kicker sub. Okay, what can I do with this Kicker sub? And people with Sundown probably do the same thing, you know? And there's a few people that do def bonds, right? There's like 4 people in the country that run def bonds. They probably do the same thing.
I was one, yes. But yeah.
I was just joking on def bonds, but
def bonds rules. I'm not gonna lie. But no, I mean seriously, I've seen it all, and you're absolutely right. No matter what manufacturer, no matter what brand you guys stand behind. And we're definitely not here to bash or to talk shit about any other brand.
They all good. They're all good, man.
It just depends the time, the money, and the effort that you have spent behind your build.
Yeah.
Tuning, testing,
and most of the time, if it breaks, it's your fault.
Because you turned it up. You knew you shouldn't have turned it up to level 10, but you did it anyways. Just, I'm going to get that extra 1/10.
Right.
But
that's an efficiency there, Wally. Damn.
Efficiency is way out the game when it comes to SPL. Nobody gives a hell about efficiency anymore. I mean, there's very, very few when it comes down to it that actually care about efficiency.
I'm gonna tell you, they are Carlos, they are RP,
Alan.
they are Brett, they are Walt. I would challenge the statement that those 4 people, that's all they care about.
I haven't
Right?
blown a sub all year long, or I blew 1 sub, and I've had this build since 2000. Yeah, okay, I've had this build for almost 2 years, and I've only blown 1 sub.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say what brand it is because we all know my nickname is Send It for a reason. Send it for a reason because I will turn that bitch up beyond clipping, and I should have stopped it. No, just hang on, let me go out back with the screwdriver and turn it up.
One more demo, yeah.
But one more. I have been in the back demoing this build that I have, and there's sparks coming out from the back subwoofer, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. A little light. Everybody loves a good light show.
It is what it is, and it gets to the fun part. It gets to the fun.
Right here now, Jeffrey is the only person that I have ever had. He likes to play really low. He played so low that the meter picked up his vehicle rattling as opposed to what he was playing.
Yeah. Oh, I've had that so much, and you are absolutely. Please, can we touch on that, please?
Yeah.
Because I have had so many people that don't understand. Oh, I'm playing 17 hertz. Why is it not picking up at 43 hertz? That's because of your resident body frequency. Your body's rattling in your car, and it gets to be at the point where it's like over 43 or whatever. Even if you're playing 19 hertz, you get this 43 rattling. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes also, if you record 19 hertz on a zip drive, by the time it comes out of your system, it's 20 or 18. You know, it could be a little different depending on your vehicle too.
I'm telling you, it really is. There's a lot behind everything. If you're not smoking, you're not trying hard. Hey, that's why I earned that nickname. Send It for a reason. Damn it. Somebody took it down, but I earned that shit for a reason. Every show I was sending to someone.
There's always going to be something that changes that too. You're trying to change that 29 hertz, and you got that one panel sitting below you all of a sudden that's blowing, and it's
that 45 back in that back corner. When you're going to be
I can't get you in your Typhoon. I got to move you up. It's not registering your sub. It's registering your resonance in that vehicle.
Well, like. I can honestly say when it comes to Chris's, what Chris has, Chris Calloway, I made it more efficient by putting that 45 behind the back wall. By putting that 45 back there, made it more efficient, but I lost almost a dB and a half.
Well, I'll tell you another.
So, do you give up that dB and a half for that efficiency, or do you keep it for that dB and a half? I kept it for that dB and a half, and I said it, and I earned that.
Well, you can change anything in the vehicle, the seat position, whatever. You can put a Southern boy. You can take somebody from the South and put in the seat, and you're going to go lower in the frequency. You take a Yankee and put in there, and you go up. Right?
I'm telling you right now, 2019 at World Finals, I had Drew sit in my passenger side. I'm sorry, Drew, and I love you. Drew had more mass weight than I did, and he actually gave me a half a dB by sitting in there. There was no way in hell I was ever going to beat Hank.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole totally different episode, but I still came out and I still gave it all he could. But you're absolutely right. By having somebody with a bigger body mass, and I'm sorry, Drew, I love you. Sorry, Drew, I love you.
Well,
but having somebody with that big body mass actually helped fill up the cabin area and made them numbers change.
Yeah, and they will.
I didn't understand that until that year.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, one of the first times I tested stuff, we all know Chris Russ, great guy. I had Chris sit in the Smurf.
I love Chris,
and he didn't do anything.
That was a sight.
Boom, done. And I was like, okay, what the hell was that? And I wrote down the numbers, and all of a sudden I tried and tried and tried. I could do it. Same thing. He grabbed the back end of the Smurf one day at one show, held on to it.
He did.
And
Yep.
same thing. Went from like a 46.5 to a 48. And I was like, all right. Was it just that he was doing all of it himself? Or
You're gonna
was
be
it
touring with the car.
the math? Was it this or that or 10 other things? And Brett's right though. Doesn't always work, but if you can find out where it is working, it
I'm
matters.
telling you,
And sometimes it works up to a certain dB and then don't work no more.
yeah, it
Yeah,
It
hurts you.
changes.
It,
You
it
know?
hurts you. It does change you.
Oh,
He's absolutely
certainly.
right. You have to,
Certainly.
and that's what I always tell everybody. If you have a friend, a family, or somebody that has any type of SPL meter, yes, we all know they're all a little different. But if you
Mhm.
have an SPL meter, like we'll go say the SPL lab or whatever that is. I'm sorry, I can't spit the name out. But if you run that and you know that you're actually gaining and you keep going, you keep going, you keep going, do whatever you can to keep that number going up. Yes, granted, when you come on the term lab, it might be a little different, but if you keep gaining, it doesn't matter. So why give up? And that's where I see a lot of people they'll try like 15 different things. And they're like, oh, I gained a tenth of a DBL. But where did you gain that from? Did you gain it from your seat? Did you gain it from your rearview mirror? Did you gain it from the visor? That's why I always tell everybody, do it one time or one thing at a time. Do your visor. If you gain, then move it again until you stop. And then
Otherwise,
move to the seat to where you
get
move,
your
you
notebook and
move
you
the
write it
position
out.
of your seat. Yeah, and I feel like there's where a lot of the people in this day and era, maybe I'm wrong for saying that, but where a lot of people give up. There's a lot more tuning and testing that can be done in their vehicles if they would take the time to do it.
Oh yeah.
Brett's a good example. He started out at about 160. He's 65 now.
Yeah, Brett cheats though. Brett doesn't count.
Yeah, what is that?
You-
What is that called? What does he do?
He's a
Test.
Sandbag.
Yeah.
Sandbag.
He tests.
sandbag.
Yeah.
Brett is a sandbagger cheater.
Yeah,
He's like a champion that cheats all the time.
right.
That's what we call him.
Mhm.
But I mean, seriously, and you have to test no matter what you do, no matter
Yes.
how you change it. But please, if you don't ever listen to Jimmy, do one thing at a time. Because I've
That's
seen so
exactly
many
well,
I've seen so many
Yeah.
people that do the 15 different things and they don't know what made them louder.
yeah, right.
Did gaining your seat or moving their visor or doing this or doing this or doing this, what made you louder? Because I've seen this 10th made you louder by moving the visor, but what you didn't understand by
I know
moving
what
that
made them
seat
louder.
up, by
I know
moving
what
that
made them
seat
louder.
up, you lost a dB.
They put resilient sounds in there and they got louder.
I was thinking
They
they used
used-
KY.
Wait, you're
KY
wrong.
louder.
They use resilient sound subs, but they use kicker amps.
Yeah.
Mm.
I was thinking they used
Ah.
that future.
That Warhorse, baby. That
Oh.
Warhorse is the shit.
That's a good amp.
Sorry.
What was that? What was that company, Billy? That Future Sound Digital, not Sound Digital. That Future Sound Star. Those guys.
Star
make
Sound?
good stuff. That's
Sorry,
them.
Scott.
You could
Star
put them in
Sound.
there, and they get us some stuff.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I bet the internet people stole my deal. We had a thing. Let me see. Oh yeah, there they are.
There it is. That's the one. The Digital Star Sound. That's them.
Yeah. They did like a 180 with an 8.
With the AK,
No, with an 8-inch.
8-inch subwoofer.
No, I'm kidding. I think it was a 150, but still.
I was gonna say, hold on, now 180 with an 8-inch subwoofer.
You guys will believe anything. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with y'all.
I thought
You
about
might
it
have
for
to
a
go
minute.
to
I'm like,
president
wait
for
a
that
minute, that's not true. No way. No way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a local company in South Africa. RP's testing some of their stuff. I don't know if he's put it out, the results yet. I don't know if he's done it yet. But
I'll take it.
doesn't that sound nice? It sure does. Hey, 618s in a black Dodge vehicle of some kind sounds pretty nice too.
Yeah, whatever.
I can't fit 618s in my black Dodge.
My Dodge is hurt
and
from
I'm not
the
going to do that.
kicker. My Dodge is hurt from the kicker.
So here's a question for you. I'm pretty sure we're going to do this Jeep I've been talking about for a while. I've been slow to speak with the guys at Kicker about it. We talked a little bit about it. It's supposed to be a go, but so should I post like as I build this thing, which has always been a no for me, or should I just keep it all on the down low until it's done? What you think?
No, keep it. Well, give halfway intervals. I guess that's the word I'm using. I'm sorry if that's not the right word, but I mean, give them a little bit of sneak peeks here and there, but don't show them.
Give them a once a month thing. The first time you do
once
something,
a month,
you look at it, and
you keep them enticed.
Well, I think I'm gonna have it done in a couple of months once I get started on it.
You have to keep them enticed and give them the little bitty sneak peeks, but don't.
Yeah, they probably don't really care either. So maybe it'd just be good just to come out and wail on them when it's done.
Dodge Durango. Hold on now. RT, my Nitro was better than that.
I've been trying to get Greg to put me on payments. He got a Dodge Durango I want. It's got a strong V4 in it, I think.
Just
V4?
No, I think it's got a 392 in it. I'm not sure if it's 392.
I ain't heard of a V4 before, and I don't know engines that well, but I'm pretty sure there ain't a V4 out there. Not in that style. But no, you got to tease them about like once a week.
100%.
I agree with the table picture with everything, and then after that, maybe you show them,
everything.
It's silly. You show them the wire terminals for your battery lugs.
Yeah, this screw is going to hold down the back left amplifier.
And I agree with Azrael. His name is we call him Azrael, but yeah. Water, earth, mud. Absolutely. Tease him with a little bit.
Yeah. Well, we were supposed to, I say it's not like we were supposed to. We didn't have a timeline, but I kind of slacked on reaching out to Kicker because it was cold. And so I really should have probably already had the stuff here to start working on it, but I didn't want to because it was cold. It was like 40 degrees. I'm like, no way. So now starting to warm up. I'm ready to get it done.
I'm sorry, Billy, but I'm gonna give you a.
Well, hey, I don't see y'all out there in the 40 degrees building a build.
At 40 degrees, hell yeah! I built the Nitro all through.
I ain't building at 40. When it gets 60 plus, we'll build. But before that, we ain't building.
But that Nitro was built.
Jimmy, are you getting the blizzard tomorrow or not?
What?
Jimmy, are you getting the blizzard tomorrow or Wednesday or not?
Supposedly, but yeah.
Okay.
No
see, I'm not, and I'm going to be building. So,
Yeah, no.
Again, we build all the time.
But y'all have what's called a warm blizzard.
I don't have a garage.
Y'all's 20 degrees is like our
gravel driveway outside, no garage. You put it in the garage and turn on the space heater.
Well, I got a little concrete out there, so I'd be on concrete lease, but
Billy.
But it's gonna have to warm up.
I love you, Billy, but you open up one of them garage doors and pull that bitch inside. And there you go.
It's too tall, man. It won't go in the garage.
Build a better garage. Build a better garage, man.
Let the air out of
the
tires and that bitch roll in there.
With a rag in Armor All, myself.
Let the air out of the tires at 19 pounds. Hell, you could probably even go to 13 pounds and roll that bitch in there.
Tell you what I did. I found me some aftermarket wheels. What I say? They're new market wheels used on Facebook. And I bought me some factory wheels to put on. I'm going to put them on there when I build it. but it's still got the lift. It's probably a foot higher than normal. Thing's big, man.
That's gonna be pretty cool. I really, honestly, I can't wait to see that when
Yeah.
it comes out. It's
See
probably
if I
going to
can
be out
find-
before his truck will ever be out. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. But the 18s are finally out. So, also got a welder now. Can't weld, but I got a welder.
Pay for me to come down there, Billy. I got you.
Hurry, come on.
You gonna pay for my flight down there? I got you.
A flight? Hell, you got to hitchhike.
Fuck that.
It's baseball, man. We poor.
Pay for my shit down there. I got you. I'll weld everything up. No problem.
Let's see here.
I was a licensed welder for a long time until my lung collapsed. But I got some nice welding equipment upstairs and in the other room. But yeah,
There you go.
I got you. That's why it kind of hurt my pride to let Aiden build my shit.
Yeah.
Because I was a licensed welder for like 15 years and I'm gonna let somebody else weld my gauge up for me. Oh, yeah.
That is so true, Greg, but also so wrong at the same time.
Hang on, wait, I didn't see that one. Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. No, this is what matters right there.
I'm a licensed. Jimmy, did I ever tell you how Base Wars got sanctioned?
yeah.
So I'm a
Don't
licensed myself
Don't
in welding, right? So I'm gonna share this with everybody else since we're I don't know, how old are we now, man? Are we 10 years old yet? Almost?
Yes, we are. We're
9 years, right? Okay.
No, 10.
So
10. When you
back
started
when Base Wars was first starting, everybody's like, man, you're not sanctioned. I'm like, well, I run the org. It's my org. Who can sanction me? And I didn't understand, right? And so then I figured out that to most people, they thought that if Wayne,
yes, I got you.
Wayne could sanction me. I'm like, well, how can Wayne sanction my org? He don't know anything about my org, you know? So I just did a graphic and I put sanctioned on my TV on the graphic for the term lab. And then everybody's like, oh, cool, you're sanctioned. Yeah, come on, let's have some fun. That's all it took.
That's wrong, Greg. I mean, seriously, that is wrong, Greg. Fuck you. Sorry, that's wrong.
That is how it went down.
I have
Certified
real
wire twister. There you go.
I actually have a fucking. Well, I had a license, but I can't have it no more.
I'll make you one.
My lung collapsed on me twice, so they took my license away. So I cannot be a licensed welder no more because of my lungs.
I will give you a license, man. You can be a Base Wars licensed welder.
I can make you one.
Okay. Well, I still weld all the time, and that's why I have all the welders here. But
Right.
I love to weld. That's my shit.
I have to
But
get
I
the
can't be a
hat. I need a hat.
Helmet.
Well, it's obvious that it pays you well.
Helmet.
You look at your place.
What?
Yeah.
Look-
So
look
now
at
they
that
make
spread
them where you
behind
can
man.
see.
It pays you well to be a
Well, I
welder.
know.
So,
We can go out there on the bay. We can just like float in the water in the bay and just weld
Yeah.
something there. I mean, it is what it is. It's all good.
Yeah.
Because you said it. Hell yeah, I said it. Damn it.
Yeah,
But no, I mean seriously, it's
those
it's-
quarter-inch sticks.
I melted that shit and burnt that shit through and through. But I've been there and done that.
Yeah, I plan to spend a lot of time with the grinder.
That's not them, Greg. Hold on. How are you gonna put that up?
Yeah.
I don't need to be that better grinder because I like to put them dimes in, baby. Them dimes.
Right.
Exactly.
If you're
So,
a welder, you understand what the dimes are.
If I have to be completely honest, I went and I saw somebody's cage and I saw all this, what I know now is called splatter from welding.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
no way in hell mine is going to look like that. Not happening. I don't care if it's behind panels or not. That ain't happening. And so that's why I really am happy to finally get a welder.
No.
You know.
I got you different. I got you. I
Nope.
got you on that, Billy. I will. I
That's where
promise.
you gotta
I will.
find the bills.
I will help you every way that I can through and through that step, and I got you.
I will have
I
it
got to
ready
drive.
for scraping. And when you come down for scraping, I'll let you off a couple hours to go to the show, but then you can just be welding,
Okay.
or maybe we do it at scraping.
Can you pay for my trip down?
I got a couple dollars.
All right, bet. I'm down.
See how much a bus ticket costs. I bet it ain't more than $80.
No, we got a Tahoe trip. Tahoe got to come with Jimmy. Brett will not let me live it down if I don't bring that Tahoe down. I don't think I can this year. I want to, but I was up there. I actually had to reach out to Donnie and everybody at Slamology and let them know that I can't bring my Tahoe.
Oh, dang.
The rims or the tires are dry rotted, and I can't. It's like $1,200 to buy new tires for it. So I'm sorry, but it can't happen. So my build is not going to be at the Gauge magazine with World of Wheels, which I'm sorry, and Donnie understands, but I can't. Not unless somebody wants to tow it up. If somebody will tow my vehicle up to Indianapolis, that'll be amazing. We'll hook that up.
Listen, go to Rim Time. They get you a deal, $50, make you holler.
Yeah, I wish, but
no, I'm serious.
I honestly, I really
tires and wheels. I think
I know a guy for tires, but yeah, but $1,200. I got 305, 45, 22s. Yeah,
so I got 4 of them downstairs.
305, 20,
they in good
305,
shape.
45, 22s. I'm believing off the top of my head, but yeah, I know they're 22-inch tires and they're expensive.
Yeah, these are 22s on the truck down there, but I don't remember how wide they are.
Some 12-inch tires for my little Festiva.
I mean, honestly, if I could find somebody to please tow me up there, I would gladly be in Gauge magazine with World of Wheels show.
Right. Hey, Greg
But
right here. That's what he does. He got a shop too. He got tires.
I know, but 305, 45, 22s. Them are not average tires, and they're expensive. I found them for like $300 and above. But still at $300, I mean.
Hey, man, do this. This is an old trick I learned just not too long ago when I was looking for some wheels for the Jeep. Buy some takeoffs and put the stock wheels back on there and go to the show.
No.
I bet. Dan, do you still have the stock wheels on your Festiva?
My 22s look good. They look good.
It doesn't have stock wheels, but it has some Yokohamas.
See?
They're
aftermarket rims. Aftermarket rims, damn it.
No, they are the same size. They're still 12-inch size. That's the problem.
But they're aftermarket rims, though.
You say 12-inch?
Whoa.
That's like a pizza.
Dude, my Festiva had like 10-inch wheels.
It's a 12-inch pizza, man.
I use a bigger sub than I use tires. I mean, that's the problem.
My Festiva had 10-inch tires.
It's true, unfortunately. Because there is nothing I can do for it. Nobody sells a 12-inch tire, not even a trailer.
Be buying golf cart tires for it, man.
All the
golf cart wheels.
Like 14, 16.
Yeah, golf cart wheels.
I might be able to find some. I might be able to find some Hot Wheels. No, because even the golf carts right now, even most of those are 14s.
Dang.
Really, which is kind of sad, but not really. But I got some ideas.
Look here. Tell Jimmy we got him $135 a piece.
Wouldn't work. Well, maybe it would. I think it would be interesting to find, but I could maybe.
You said $135 a piece, but is that mounted, balanced, and
shit? That'd be for all four of them.
I don't know.
Could actually find
no. I'm not trying to buy the cheapest of the cheapest.
But if you got a hammer.
Hold on. No. That's pretty amazing.
If you got a hammer, you can beat them tires loose.
Mounted and balanced, Greg. I mean, we gotta talk, sir.
Well, you have to drive a long ways to get Greg to Mountain Balance.
Well, I know, but I might be able to make that though. I mean, if we're talking that big of a difference, fuck.
Well, even if he mailed them to you, you could spend $120 having them mounted somewhere close to you. You're going to spend that in gas going to him.
No, 100, absolutely. Please holler at me later or tomorrow, Greg.
Cool.
Wow, that's crazy amount.
He says I think he
Oh,
said
yes.
yes to mounting the balance.
Millennium's going to matter another $150, $200 a tire. But still,
$24 a piece for my 12-inch tires.
yeah, shut up.
He's
If I
just
could
wrong
actually
for that,
find
man.
it.
Shut up,
$24
Dan.
a piece.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
But hey, Jimmy, on a different note, I got 100,000 miles out of my tires on my Dodge pickup. Do you get that? I'm just curious.
Well, I changed mine.
Well, I am
And
too when it gets to another
I'm
100.
almost. Well, I bought my truck. It had 20,000 miles when I bought it. I'm at almost 100,000. I think I'm like 2,000 minus 100.
Mm-hmm.
But I put new tires on there, and I still got probably another 20, 30, 40,000 miles.
So I'm on I have put one set on there. So I put one set at 100,000.
Once.
110,000 actually. Now I could still ride this set that I have, but I just kind of want to change them, see if it's quiet a little bit. But anyway, so I've got almost 200,000 on mine, and that's on another set of tires. So I've been good.
Can you pay for my trip up there, sir? I'm coming.
He said bring $612 and get some tires.
I can bring that $612 if he can pay for my trip up there. No, I understand, but no, seriously, that is actually amazing. Seriously,
I don't think Greg's only a couple of hours from you.
From me, no, he's probably Greg is in. I want to say probably 7, and
that's just a couple of movies, man.
That's not bad. No, yes, Jimmy, I got a new set for.
Shit, I
don't have 24s. I got 22, sir. But yeah.
But you could have 24s. He's got a Tahoe also.
I know, but still, I don't want to be bougie, but I'm not trying to get the cheapest of the cheapest either.
Well, Clay likes to spend money like it's water. Y'all see his bill. He's probably got a nice wheel.
I would like to be able to drive it up and down the road without actually worrying about it actually blowing.
Well, looky here, man.
There you
I'll
go.
donate to you. Clay.
He's speechless.
I know, you got me speechless.
Get out there to Newport, man.
I want to go to that to the Ruckus show.
It ain't like the Tri-Cities out east in Tennessee, but it's close. We can get you there.
I know. I'm not that guy that actually reach out and ask for favors or help but that's amazing. I do appreciate you guys. Just for the stock rims on the Template. Yeah, well, I know, but damn. See, that's not fair. That's not fair. Hang on. That's not fair. That's not fair, Jeffrey. That's not fair, damn it.
I guess basically we're going to have to buy a gas station in Tennessee so we can get everybody there.
I mean, I really do, honestly. And I mean, Ruckus has been like my show that I really want to go to. And I've never been to Ruckus.
Well, I can tell you this.
It's like
it is
19 hours.
Hell.
It's like 19 hours.
And stunt wall hell.
It is hard. I really, really want to go to Ruckus. I really do. But, I mean, I ain't gonna lie though. Damn it, y'all, stop it. Stop it. Just stop.
That's when you gotta get some of our old friends there, Jimmy, and get that car record going. And or the
I mean, if
flatbed.
somebody could tow my shit, I'm down.
Dan,
Down.
you could go to
I
all
will-
these shows and
I
not
will pay
spend
for the room,
$50
the
driving
boards,
your car.
everything. I'll pay for the room and everything. Everything.
Yeah.
I'm
Dan
not
can
worried
go to
about
all the shows put together for $100 in his
Almost.
car.
Yeah, Dan.
Fuck, I get
Yeah.
40 miles per gallon still.
Okay.
Right.
Show me a Prius in another 20 years.
Really,
It's still going to
really
get, well,
like
maybe not, but,
Right.
you know,
I want
I
to
got
go to Ruckus
200,000 miles
so
on my
bad.
little car, man.
I really, really, honestly, Clay. I mean, no
432 or something
bullshit.
like that.
Dan Curran, he wants me. I want to go. He wants me to go. It's a long drive. I mean, seriously, it really is. Well, I think if I drove to Dan and then me and Dan drove up there, we're still, I mean, 2.5 hours to Dan, then 14.5 hours. We're over like 16, 17 hours to go to Ruckus.
Yeah.
Man,
And I
them
know-
rookie numbers, you got to get them up.
Shut up, Billy. Shut up, Billy.
Right.
That's not fair, but shut up, Billy. Wait, I'm trying to make.
So Jimmy and Dan, y'all have when I make those events, y'all's photos are on the cover things,
I would
right?
love to. Would love to. Yes, sir.
But for those
Right,
of
right.
you that I don't have photos yet of, those of you that don't know, Clay's girlfriend is the girl that's on the cover of all those graphics on the events that we don't.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. I
that's
do.
her.
I do know that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Thank you, Clay, for allowing your
Yeah.
wife, your girlfriend.
I think he actually
your
took the
significant
pictures
other.
for us. Yeah. So that was nice of them to let us do that.
Hopefully, less humidity this year. You must be talking about Screaming the Coast.
Well, there's not going to be
Well,
less
there you go.
humidity. It's always 100%.
I always told everybody it came down to, I want to say it
Well,
was
that's
what 6-7 years ago, my first show down at Scraping the Coast.
1,000%.
Me and Jeremy were in a hotel room at the casino. I took a shower. Jeremy was in the shower. I went downstairs to smoke a cigarette and to call my wife. 5 minutes it took me to smoke a cigarette, I was done. I had to go back upstairs to take another shower. It was the worst humidity I've ever felt in my life. But I want to move to Biloxi. I want to move to Biloxi. I'm not lying. Mississippi is like, I want to go there so bad. Me and my wife always talk about it. I literally want to move to Biloxi. I really do.
Well, all that humidity keep you looking young.
Yeah, fuck. And that the humidity ain't shit no more. Fuck. Screaming donut. Yeah.
Literally, Donnie told me with Slamology, he told me, it was either him or it might have been Denise, said that they don't even let their guys come with cameras down here because the humidity jacks up the camera lenses.
You have quit almost 2 years ago now.
There you
Oh,
go.
no. I have not quit. That's where you're so wrong. Biloxi is, I love fucking them. I really do. Drew, and that's where I met Billy. Was down there at the actual Scraper the Coast. Me and Billy and everybody sit down and we had a long conversation. And then Drew had to be a funny guy and sit me next to JP.
Yeah.
Because I'm still the original JP. I don't care what anybody says. I'm older. I'm better looking. It's still me. But
Find your own stuff.
There's another JP also. I did not realize this.
They all don't matter because I'm older than all of them.
So Joey
Yes.
Perry helped us out. Greg helped Joey out
There's
and
three
run
more.
an Alaska lane, and Joey
more.
helped Greg out and run a Base Wars lane. So
But-
when Joey Perry sent his stuff in, and I was like JP. Oh dang! Now we got two of them. What am I gonna do now?
Hold on now, Billy. I'm the only JP at Base Wars.
Right,
Joey, fuck you. I'm sorry.
right.
No, Joey. That's not
Yeah.
I'm telling Mama. Mama! Joey gonna be in trouble.
Right.
But no, I mean seriously, it's all been just fun. It really has. I mean, is Jonathan Price, he's an amazing guy. He does what he does. regardless if you like him or don't like him. He's an amazing guy. When I actually got to sit down and talk to him, he is a pretty cool guy. He really honestly is.
He's been nice to me a bunch of times. He's been not nice. No, he's never been not nice. So
Well, I honestly thought, the very first interaction with me and JP was me messaging him, telling him I was the original JP and I look better.
right.
That was the first interaction with me and Jonathan Price.
Yeah.
I told him my name was JP and I look better, yada, yada, yada. And he kind of giggled and laughed and he kept going. He kept going and kept going.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. And then now we actually have the other JP audio that came out too as well, which they're all copying my damn name.
Right.
I am the original JP.
Hey man, I think you should be getting 10%.
I know,
I mean,
right?
that's a small price to pay for a brand.
It's so rude. How rude. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But no, it's been a great time. It really has been. And just all the shit that I've learned from everybody, from every company, from every organization, from all of it. And if you don't look around, you're blind.
Wake
and
up,
you are
man.
missing so much. You are missing so much when you don't look around and see what everybody else can do and won't do and will do.
What you can do for your hustle,
Yes.
if you can't do the hustle, I don't mean, everything like JP, but if you can't get your simple hustle going, it doesn't
You
help
wanted an audio. See? Look, I had JP3 here for years. It's still on my back door. I have a sticker on my back door that I can walk out there and show you. JP3. Or JP3 home basement builds. That's what it said. Because I've been building shit out of my basement for years.
There you go. That's the hustle.
I got a panel saw that has never been touched in my basement. I would rather use my table saw than that panel saw.
That's sad.
Not me.
The panel saw can't get that shit correct.
I'll take it.
No, the panel saw cannot get that shit as accurate as I would like it to. And I'm not talking a bullshit one. I got a nice panel saw over there.
I'll take it if you're not going to use it.
But I got welders, and it's been a learning love. It really has. It's been a learning love for me because I started out in the early 80s and walked on up from there. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. Shut up, Dan. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I would never, ever try to call somebody else out because that's ignorant on anybody's part.
Well, I was born in 97. But what I do is I cut the board and I take a router bit. It's called a flush trim bit. And I straighten up every edge without fail. That router is the last thing to touch.
But if you have a 33.7 cut, how's that router going to trim that up?
Carefully.
33.7. And trust me, I've gotten some boxes that are at that 33.7.
Yeah, about right there. Yeah, I try to design them where I don't have a 33.7, right?
Oh, that's actually, I kind of like that, Chris.
That was kind of funny, yeah.
Well, it should be JP, not JB.
Elmer's blue there, Chris.
JP.
Elmer's blue.
Yeah.
Aside from using that for, JB Weld substitute, you can make your own gloves with it too. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever made a shocker figure out of it? No, I'm gonna shut up. Yes, out of Elmer's glue and stick that shit on you. Yes. Shut up. Yep.
Man, you only do that when you come break in somebody else's crib.
That's not.
I never did that in my life, though. So
no comment.
What are you talking about?
I keep the fingerprints away.
No comment.
Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, I
So I hold
appreciate
my
it.
knife when I'm slashing tires instead.
So, Billy, what's coming up with Base Wars? Anything new? Anything?
Yeah, man, a
I
lot.
threw him on the spot. Look
A
at him.
lot of
Like,
new stuff actually.
We got like
Yeah.
10
New
more
judges?
shows coming this month.
New judges?
Uh,
Who are the new judges?
Where?
Minnesota.
That's Tim.
Who's the new judge in Oklahoma?
He ain't filled out the paperwork yet.
I got you. Okay. Where do we have new other judges? I'm sorry.
Well, allow me to
And I'm
enlighten.
sorry. That's bad. That's bad.
I got you right here because I was looking at something earlier.
Before.
Don't we have some franchises? Yeah. If you'd like to become a judge for Base Wars, we'd like for you to do that also.
Yes,
So
please.
you can go to basewars.org/franchises and see where we would like to have judges. We would love to have a judge somewhere in or around Dallas, Texas, somewhere in or around Oklahoma City, somewhere.
No, got Oklahoma City. Stop it.
You got that? Well, I need to put his name on there because it says wanted. Is his name wanted? Is he wanted?
He's wanted. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
Does his wife know?
I haven't talked to him,
There you go.
but yes, I believe. Let me rephrase it. I believe Oklahoma is set up.
So we need Little Rock, Arkansas,
Ooh.
Houston, Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Salt Lake City, Utah, Denver, Colorado, somewhere in Montana. I think we got our Wisconsin covered with Tim, right? Is Tim gonna do Wisconsin?
Antonio Ortiz.
Yep.
That man has the best tacos that you're ever gonna meet.
Yep, he'd
Yep.
be a good one for Canada.
Uh,
I'm just kidding.
How are the tacos when you got a Billy, right?
Yeah, man. It's been like 10 years since I had that crap. That's just wrong. What the hell? I thought we was a tight group of folks, that we ate, we broke bread. I didn't know it was once a lifetime. I mean, y'all wrong for
That's
that.
all you're ever gonna get is just once or twice a life. Yeah, absolutely. Antonio's the man, though. I mean, when it comes to authentic Mexican, he is the man. Florida.
Yeah.
Antonio.
So that's where we would like
Jimmy, I might
Florida
have to come
judges
see
too.
you at the end of this month to see Antonio, man. There he is.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
This guy
Antonio
right here.
has the best shit you will ever.
Was good.
Dude, I'm gonna bring down the Uno deck, and we're gonna. I might not even hit the lanes that day.
Maybe we should schedule a party at Antonio's house and just show
Right?
up.
I mean, we don't even need a base. We don't need no base. We'll just all show up to his house.
Did you just don't invite us no more? What happened?
You got to be part of Team Flatlands.
Oh,
I can make enough of a donation.
We can make you an honorary member of Flatlands, Billy, so you'll be good. We got
y'all
you
can have guests, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be a +1.
Antonio, he's a +1. I don't even know where the plus is. Oh shit! You got me looking over my computer. Shit. Okay, yeah, +1. Antonio.
Definitely.
But no, I mean, seriously, we
Clay
definitely.
Ward, there is a song by Sturgill Simpson. It's called "Turtles All the Way Down." I think you should play that in your vehicle on a regular basis.
It's Ninja Turtle. Yes. Gonna get you. Go.
Ain't that the song that what's her name talks about in the Yellowstone TV show?
Probably.
All right. I think I might know it.
Yeah, it's an interesting. He's an interesting guy, and that's an interesting song. Makes no sense.
It's kind of funny though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's most songs.
Yep.
But no, I mean seriously, guys. I do appreciate you, Billy. Appreciate you, Dan. Appreciate you. We all appreciate everybody.
Even Tim.
I mean, even Tim, and not talking about Tim, the new judge. We're talking about the other Tim. We
All
appreciate
kinds
you
of
too.
things.
All kinds of Tim. We appreciate all the Tims. My ding ding. What the hell? What the hell?
Wow.
I mean, what the hell, Greg? I mean, seriously.
Nope.
Guess he gonna be playing Christmas music. I don't know.
I'm glad that was self-censored.
What song is that? That's a Christmas
OMG.
song, right?
My ding-a-ling, oh my
Yeah.
ding-a-ling. I want you to play with my ding-a-ling. Oh shit.
That's what's his name on South Park or Simpsons.
I'm showing my age there. Hold on.
That's
Shit.
Milton.
I gotta stop
I
it.
think.
Hold on, motherfucker. Yeah, see, right? Actually, my ding-a-ling. It's Greg's fault.
Yep.
It's Greg's
Greg,
fault.
I think you got volunteered for
Hell.
something.
Well, since we all came on this week, who's gonna do next week?
Me and you?
2 weeks in a row?
Yes.
Dude,
Why
this
not?
28's hard on me, man.
Come on, old man.
I had a
Well,
birthday
I
a couple
already
weeks ago. I
volunteered.
turned 28.
Come
And
on. Last week when Billy and I called off each other and I talked with him, I volunteered to do the first one of each month. So
yeah, Dan's
you
got the
me
first
on the first of each month.
yeah.
So everybody else that's out there that doesn't want to hear me,
I'm
don't
going to
have
try
to.
to come on with Dan.
I'll
So you
I'll
can
take a
hear me
5-minute show every week.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to, honestly, I'm going to try to appear in everybody's live all through the weeks. But, you know,
Excellent.
obviously keep minding your spot, Billy. But I'm going to kind of
Yeah.
try to just peek in here and there. I can't
I
promise
think-
you every week that I'll be in Dan's video or anybody else's video through the weeks. But
Yeah,
I'm
and we're
going to
trying to
try.
get another group too. Somebody Dan needs a partner on his too. Dan needs to find somebody. And but we're trying to get one more group. And so maybe it ought to be one of the competitors. Y'all
I think
to
it should be Greg. Greg should come on with Dan.
yeah, he just
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
do it,
Greg
man.
and Dan.
Yeah,
Greg and Dan
I
show.
can get a competitor out
he
there.
don't want to put the
Doesn't matter.
green screen in his bathroom, man. His wife won't let him get the wall green.
No.
That's funny. That is funny as fuck.
But anyway, with that being said, hopefully we can get one more group and we could all take, like we know we got the second week or we got the third week, we got the first week. And that way we won't get confused because I think it was the week before last, I sat right there and forgot that it was our day and didn't go live.
Yeah, it's happened. You're right. I mean, we actually have to sit down and actually get a schedule going to make it easier for everybody. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to say
Oh,
every first weekend of the month should be Dan's.
Yeah.
Every week, the
because
first week
I
of the
don't-
month is
I don't
Dan's.
care if it's
Yeah.
a
Every
July
month.
4th thing on a Monday or a January 1st on a Monday. I'll show up. I generally don't have
appreciate
anything to do at 7 o'clock at night.
I don't
And
have
if I
a
do,
computer in the
hey.
bathroom.
We'll figure it out. I ain't ever worried.
But no, I mean, honestly, we appreciate it. And I feel like all of us, and it shouldn't be just Billy, just Dan, just me, or just Greg. There's a lot of other judges that I feel like we all should help fill these spots. And I'm not telling you guys you have to. Please don't take that wrong. But I want you to. I want you to feel not obligated, but I want you to feel like you have to come on here to help everybody. I mean, it kind of fun. It comes down to the fun spot. Sorry, I got the hiccups.
Well, yeah, and we might get some content rolling. If you only have to do it once a month, you might plan the show and have something cool for people to.
Oh, there you go. Volunteers. Gotta love a volunteer.
Hey, all right. So Brandon has got the second weekend of the month.
Me and Billy will take the third weekend of the month.
Yeah, and Wes will take the fourth weekend of the month. He's invited now.
Yeah, you're invited now, Wes.
There you go.
The fourth weekend of the month is yours, sir. And I mean, if it happens, you can't do it. It is what it is, We're not trying.
We ought to get. I know Richard don't want to do it, but maybe we could get James over in Oregon. Somebody on the West Coast,
James could be in there, Jeremy, maybe.
I would like everybody to actually get involved. And I'm not trying to say you have to. Don't take that wrong. I would like all the judges to just get involved. If not every night, at least once in a great while. Every Thursday, once a month is not bad. Or every Monday, or every Tuesday, or every whatever days you guys decide to go live.
Yeah. I tried to have a live every night, but it just wasn't working out.
I think every Mondays is where we need to stick with it.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
well, all right, Pedro's. I'm gonna go eat supper now.
It's only 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time.
Yeah. Y'all can stay and play if you like. Ask your mama if it's okay.
There you go.
My mama's asleep.
But then it's probably okay.
We can remind you, Wes, we'll do this year as well for Greg and Stacy. Moonshining Live. Maybe not so much
Live, baby.
Yeah. Well, so I told you we had a good show in California, and they said that the show overall was good, but that we did exceptionally well there.
It's amazing.
So that's awesome. Yeah. And so, Jimmy, I think you was there the first year I went too. And so we just kind of got the dog mess beat out of us by the other orgs. We did really well. We probably had more runs than the other orgs there. So that's a step up in 2 years. So hats off to Richard for pulling that off,
Richard's
I think,
amazing.
Jimmy, we had 40 or 50 and he's been tapping 70s and 80s and 90s, I think.
Damn. You go, Richard. You're amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
That's
he did that all in one day, and then he judged sound quality the next day. Done 15 or 20 sound quality cards, I bet.
See, people don't understand how hard that is. I mean, when you have unlimited runs too on top of that,
yeah.
I mean, you got one person that wants to run 15 times. Plus, you have 30 other competitors that want to run 10 to 5 or 3 or 4. That's that shit's hard. I don't apologize. I got the hiccups. I'm so sorry.
Well, you get one in your class category, and then you get your 4 musical classes, and
so here's the big question. Here's the big question. So Dan, how are you going to get to High Voltage Show?
Well, let's see. Hold on here.
I think Greg has got some guys that are going to come pick up my Tahoe and tow me down there.
I got $14 cash in my hand, which will pay for about 3/4 of a tank of gas.
Will that get you there?
It quite honestly almost would, because I got about a 10-gallon tank.
Hold on now. With your car, that would be enough.
I could almost get there for something like that. That would be fun to do. I wouldn't mind, as David just said there, I wouldn't mind getting down to Mardi Gras as well. That would be kind of cool. Something like that, or straight from the coast or something. That would be fun.
So
but getting there would be difficult.
Yeah. Well, you got about 6 weeks, I think, figured out. And here's the scoop. We're going to do a Team Wars if we can get some teams signed up for it. We're going to do another Team Wars there. So that ought to be fun. We had a lot of fun doing the last one. We had 10 teams. I don't know if we get 10 teams or not, but it was a lot of fun.
So
you're probably right.
They get that high voltage, baby. You can handle it.
It is fun. We get in this little bowl. It's like down in just in the bowl, and so the noise don't really go anywhere, and there's moonshine, and yeah, and we have a lot of police there too to protect us.
I'd just like to say, though, I mean, in all honesty, we all appreciate you, obviously. But, I mean, if anybody else wants to come on live or reach out to a judge or anything, just, hit us up.
Yeah.
I guarantee your judge will be thankful or appreciated for you to come on live or to actually and just come and
we need somebody to get Moses from California on here because that
I
dude
love
is a
Moses.
trip.
I love Moses. Moses is my boy. I love Moses.
If
and
he was
his
doing
wife,
a live stream, everybody be watching.
His wife is amazing.
They could do it. They could be our other group. What you think?
Oh, I'm all right.
Man, I got a rod run coming up here as well pretty soon, I think, Greg. I got to find that out. I just made like 4 more shows tonight, and I got like 5 more to do still. And I ain't even past June yet, really. I got like 2 shows in July, and that's it. That I've got scheduled. I got like 6 to do still. I got a ton of shows booking up.
We're coming. Oh. We're coming. We're coming.
Oh, sponsor.
We're coming. We're coming.
Not a fuel sponsor. Food sponsor. Food.
Well, they got berries. They got berries in Tennessee. You can eat those.
That'll work.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Seriously.
Speaking of that, there was this little place. Now, this is 30 years ago. My mom and dad were out in Bristol, Tennessee for a while, and I found this little, I don't know what else to call it other than the greasy hole, because this place was the best greasy little small town cafe between Johnson
I don't care
City
what
and
you
Bristol.
say, they were the best.
Man, best biscuits and gravy I have ever had in my life.
Wow, you're making me hungry, man.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm trying to say is I'm getting hungry too, Billy. So I want to get going. I want to make some.
This is what I would like to say. I love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for supporting us. And we'll play. Oh, that's rude. We'll play.
Bunch of bikes. There we go. Get a bike show. Get the Iron Horse show going.
Hang on. It's not playing for me.
Enjoy the evening, folks.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. Thank you for coming on and joining me and Dan and Billy, and just have a great time. It'll be more. It'll be better.